Did you know that the moon is not a planet? And it's not a star either, but it does have aspirations. That's right, folks. The moon is not a planet, nor is it a star. It's actually Earth's only natural satellite, faithfully orbiting our planet and illuminating our night sky. Now you might be wondering, how big is the moon? Well, it's about 1/4 the size of Earth. That's roughly equivalent to the distance from New York to Los Angeles. Not too shabby for a celestial body, right? And speaking of distance, the moon is about 238,855 miles away from Earth. That's a road trip you wouldn't want to make without a spaceship. Now let's talk about tides. Ever noticed how the sea level rises and falls? That's the moon's gravitational pull at work, causing high and low tides on Earth. So, the next time someone tells you the moon is a planet, you can confidently say, no, it's just a satellite with big dreams. Contrary to the Pink Floyd album, there's no dark side of the moon. Surprise, surprise, the moon is not a music enthusiast. Now let's debunk the myth of the moon's so-called dark side. You see, our moon, the Earth's loyal satellite, does a little dance called synchronous rotation. This means that it takes the same amount of time to spin once on its axis as it does to orbit the Earth. So it always shows the same face to us, like a bashful child playing peekaboo, hiding the other half from our sight. This hidden half is often erroneously referred to as the dark side. But let's set the record straight. All sides of the moon get their fair share of sunlight. The term dark is a misnomer. It's really just the far side, the side we can't see from Earth. So the moon doesn't have a dark side, but it does have a far side that it's been hiding from us. Talk about playing hard to get. Ever wondered how old the moon is? Well, it's not polite to ask a lady her age, but the moon is around 4.5 billion years old. That's right, our lovely lunar companion has been around the block, so to speak. Now let's talk about where she came from. The leading theory, which is widely accepted by scientists worldwide, is known as the giant impact hypothesis. According to this, the moon was formed from the debris left over after a cataclysmic collision between our very own Earth and a Mars-sized body, often referred to as Theia. Imagine it like this: a rogue planet crashes into the Earth, causing a massive explosion. The debris from this impact was flung into space, where it eventually coalesced and formed the moon. Quite the dramatic origin story, wouldn't you agree? But here's the kicker. This isn't just a cool story, it's backed by solid evidence. The similarities in the isotopic compositions of the Earth and the moon strongly suggest a common origin. It's almost like they are siblings, born from the same cosmic womb. So there you have it. The moon is a tough old lady born out of a catastrophic collision. Talk about a dramatic entrance. Did we really land on the moon? Or was it all just a big Hollywood production? Spoiler alert, we did, and no, Stanley Kubrick was not the director. Now let's take a trip down memory lane to July 20th, 1969, when Neil Armstrong took those historic first steps on the lunar surface. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, he said. It was an achievement not just for the United States, but for humanity as a whole. Now, of course, there have been some naysayers, conspiracy theorists who claim that the moon landings were fake. But let's set the record straight. The evidence is overwhelming. From the rock samples returned to Earth, to the photographs of astronaut footprints, to the retro reflectors left on the moon's surface by the Apollo missions, we have proof. Yet, the moon still holds many secrets. And in the face of new technological advancements, lunar exploration is far from over. In fact, several countries and private companies have set their sights on our celestial neighbor, with plans for manned missions in the not-so-distant future. The moon, with its barren landscapes and tranquil silence, continues to captivate us, drawing us back time and time again. So to all the conspiracy theorists out there, yes, we did land on the moon, and no, the moon is not made of cheese. But wouldn't that be Gouda?